Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a dramatic shift that many analysts believe could redefine Eurasian geopolitics for years to come. The idea that a massive geopolitical realignment has begun is no longer limited to think tanks or academic debates. It is now playing out in real time, across borders, alliances, and power structures. At the center of this discussion is Russia and its long-standing influence over Turkic states across Central Asia and the Caucasus. For decades, Moscow positioned itself as the ultimate security guarantor in this vast region. Through military bases, economic pressure, and political leverage, Russia acted as the dominant external power. However, recent developments suggest that this dominance is being openly challenged. A growing number of Turkic states are reassessing their strategic priorities. They are questioning whether Russia can still serve as a reliable protector in a rapidly changing world. This is where Turkey enters the picture with renewed confidence and ambition. Ankara has steadily expanded its political, military, and cultural influence across the Turkic world. What once appeared as soft diplomacy is now evolving into something far more strategic. The Organization of Turkic States has become a key platform for this transformation. Initially focused on cultural and linguistic cooperation, it is increasingly addressing security, defense collaboration, and economic integration. This shift has not gone unnoticed in Moscow. Turkey presents itself not as a distant hegemon, but as a brother nation with shared history, language, and identity. This narrative resonates strongly with populations and elites alike. It offers an alternative model of partnership that feels less coercive and more cooperative. Russia's position has weakened significantly due to multiple overlapping crises. The war in Ukraine has drained military resources and damaged Russia's reputation as an unbeatable force. Sanctions have further constrained its economic and diplomatic reach. For Central Asian states, this has triggered serious concerns about over-reliance on Moscow. They are watching closely and learning lessons from Ukraine's experience. The message is clear. Security guarantees are only as strong as the guarantor's ability to deliver. Turkey, meanwhile, has demonstrated growing military capability through drone technology, defense exports, and regional interventions. Its success stories have been carefully observed by Turkic governments seeking modern and flexible defense partnerships. This has increased Ankara's credibility as a security player. Another critical factor is energy and trade connectivity. Turkey positions itself as a gateway between Asia and Europe. By promoting transport corridors that bypass Russia, it offers Turkic states economic diversification and strategic autonomy. Projects like the Middle Corridor are gaining momentum. These routes reduce dependence on Russian infrastructure and open direct access to global markets. For landlocked Central Asian nations, this is a game-changing opportunity. Political symbolism also plays a major role. High-profile summits, military exercises, and defense agreements send a powerful signal. They suggest a coordinated effort to rebalance influence away from Moscow. Russia views these developments with growing unease. The idea of losing its traditional backyard challenges the very foundation of its post-Soviet strategy. Moscow has long relied on the assumption that no rival could replace it in this space. Yet Turkey is not acting alone. Its outreach is supported by broader global trends. The West sees Turkey's engagement as a counterweight to Russian and Chinese influence. China, meanwhile, is cautiously adapting to this new dynamic. The Turkic states themselves are not simply choosing one patron over another. They are pursuing multi-vector foreign policies. By engaging Turkey, they aim to increase bargaining power and strategic flexibility. This does not mean a complete break with Russia. Economic ties, migration, and historical connections remain deeply embedded. However, the unquestioned loyalty of the past is clearly fading. Security cooperation is where the shift is most sensitive. Joint drills, intelligence sharing, and arms purchases mark a quiet but significant departure from exclusive reliance on Russian systems. This diversification reduces vulnerability. Cultural diplomacy reinforces this transformation. Educational exchanges, media cooperation, and language initiatives strengthen Turkey's soft power. Over time, these efforts shape elite networks and public perception. For Russia, the loss is not just strategic but psychological. Being replaced as the primary protector in the Turkic world undermines its image as a great power. It signals that influence can erode faster than expected. Turkey frames its role carefully to avoid direct confrontation. It emphasizes partnership, respect for sovereignty, and mutual benefit. This contrasts sharply with perceptions of Russian heavy-handedness. The Ukraine war accelerated processes that were already underway. It exposed limitations in Russia's military and economic resilience. It also showed the risks of dependency on a single power center. Central Asian leaders are pragmatic. They understand that global power is shifting toward a more multipolar order. Aligning too closely with one declining power could be costly. Turkey's approach fits neatly into this new reality. It offers regional leadership without demanding total alignment. This balance makes its proposal especially attractive. At the same time, Ankara's ambitions are not without challenges. Economic constraints, domestic politics, and regional rivalries could limit its capacity. Maintaining trust across diverse states requires careful diplomacy. Russia still retains significant leverage. Energy supplies, labor markets, and security institutions provide tools to push back. Moscow is unlikely to retreat without resistance. However, coercive measures may only accelerate the drift. Pressure tactics risk reinforcing the narrative that alternatives are necessary. This creates a strategic dilemma for the Kremlin. The concept of protection itself is evolving. It is no longer just about military bases and troops. Economic resilience, technological cooperation, and political legitimacy matter more than ever. Turkey understands this shift well. Its investments in infrastructure, defense industries, and diplomacy are designed for long-term influence. This patience contrasts with Russia's reactive posture. Public opinion in Turkic states also matters. Younger generations are more globally connected and less tied to Soviet-era loyalties. They view Turkey as modern, dynamic, and relatable. Media narratives amplify this perception. Turkish television, online platforms, and cultural exports shape soft power across the region. Russia's media influence is comparatively declining. This transformation does not guarantee stability. Competition between powers always carries risks. Miscalculations could lead to tension or proxy conflicts. Yet for Turkic states, the benefits of diversification outweigh the dangers. Strategic autonomy is increasingly seen as essential for survival in an unpredictable world. Turkey's emergence as a protector is as much about perception as reality. Confidence, symbolism, and consistent engagement build credibility over time. Ankara is investing heavily in all three. For Putin, this moment represents a serious geopolitical setback. Losing influence among culturally connected neighbors challenges Russia's narrative of regional leadership. It raises uncomfortable questions about the future. The broader implication is that post-Soviet space is no longer a closed arena. New players with regional legitimacy can reshape the balance. Turkey is proving that history and identity still matter. This shift also highlights the limits of hard power. Military strength alone cannot sustain influence if political trust erodes. Russia's experience offers a cautionary tale. As alliances realign, uncertainty will remain high. The next few years will determine whether this transformation solidifies or stalls. Much depends on how all actors adapt. What is clear is that the old order is under strain. The idea of Russia as the uncontested protector of Turkic states is fading. In its place, a more complex and competitive landscape is emerging. Turkey's rise reflects broader changes in global politics. Regional powers are stepping up as great power dominance weakens. This trend is likely to continue. For viewers trying to understand these developments, it is important to look beyond headlines. This is not an overnight invasion or sudden betrayal. It is a gradual, strategic recalibration. The Turkic states are asserting agency. They are shaping their own futures rather than accepting inherited roles. That alone marks a historic shift. Whether Turkey can sustain this role remains to be seen. Success will depend on consistency, resources, and regional stability. Failure would open space for other actors. For now, the momentum is undeniable. The geopolitical map of Eurasia is being quietly redrawn, and the consequences will reach far beyond the region. This unfolding story reminds us that power is never permanent. Influence must be earned and maintained. When it falters, others are ready to step in. As events continue to develop, the relationship between Turkey, Russia, and the Turkic states will remain one of the most important dynamics to watch. It offers insight into how the world is changing. The question is no longer whether change is happening. The question is how far it will go and who will ultimately shape the new balance of power. That is why this moment matters. It is not just about alliances or protection. It is about identity, sovereignty, and the future direction of an entire region. And as history has shown time and again, when regions redefine themselves, the global order is never quite the same afterward.